Okay, I'm going to ask the members of the STEMIA team to just identify yourself, say what your name is and what your role is in STEMIA, and then we'll have Clara chat.
Mhm.
Okay, Dr. Mike.
Okay, I can start it off, sure. My name is Michael Seidner. I'm a retired family physician. In the STEM YEA community, you can certainly call me Dr. Mike. I would definitely answer to that. My job is to review medical records that all the parents have sent in to make sure that the kids are appropriate and safe in our STEM YEA program. I will be on campus just about all the time. Most of the day-to-day care of your kids medically will be from our nurse, but I'm there just in case. And if you have any concerns before the academy starts, reach out to registration to Gwen, and she can get in touch with me if there's something you feel you need to discuss.
Thanks. And Dr. Mike
Mhm.
is also the founder of our scholarship program. So
Yes,
you'll be hearing more about that at STEMIA.
right.
So how about Darlene?
Hi, everyone. My name is Darlene Scott. My role for STEM Yay is to make sure that all of our students are safe. All of our volunteers go through a background check, and I just want everyone to know that I take it very personal that I make sure that everyone is safe. And as Gwen said, I take care of the celebration dinner at the end.
So I should say for those who joined after we introduced ourselves, I'm Gwen, and I'm the registrar and also the co-program manager. And
My name's Gary Engelhardt, and I'm also the other co-program manager.
so Gary also handles all the volunteers. We handle all the logistics there's a lot of moving parts to this program, as you'll see when you
Mhm.
join us. So any other STEMIA team members? Is Nurse Sue on yet?
I can go next if you want.
Sure, Dr. Amir.
Okay. My name is Amir Famili. I'm a retired technology executive and also a former material scientist. I used to work in the lab and innovate things. My role is as a program chair for the STEM year program.
Thank you. Any other STEMIA team members on?
I'm here.
Oh, Dr. Tony, how are you?
I slipped in.
I see you. Where's the cat, though?
The cat's not with me. He was needy earlier, but now he's okay. Now he's been independent. Anyway, I'm Anthony Moyer. I was a former school principal, and I'm kind of the on-site director of STEM YEA, and I'm kind of there to make sure that things are happening when they're supposed to happen, making sure that the teams are assembled as they're supposed to be, making sure that the teachers are okay with what they're doing, checking to make sure that the curriculum is being delivered, and just kind of there 24 hours, like many of the other STEM YEA staff members are, just to be there in case anyone needs anything and to make sure things run smoothly.
And I should mention that some of our STEMIA people stay up overnight, so your students will always be protected. We do have hall monitors all through the night, so you don't have to worry about anything happening to any of your students. So that's not really a worry for you. You can always call me. And last year, over the 4 days, we only had, I think, 2 phone calls. One because a student forgot his sneakers, and the other because a mom just wanted to convey a message to us. So you can always call me. So any other STEMIA people on? I don't see Dr. or Nurse Sue, but she will be joining us shortly, I'm sure. Okay. Well, Amir, would you welcome our parents, and then we'll have Clara speak for a minute.
Thank you, Gwen and Gary. Appreciate that for all the great work you guys doing. Without you, we would be nowhere. So thank you again for your efforts. Parents, thank you, parents, for investing in your children's future by sending them to the STEM camp. As former scientists that have retired, I wish when I was in your age, I had this opportunity to attend these camps. Your encouragement, your support, your commitment to learning help inspire the future generations of our scientists, innovator, problem solver, and leader. We are very grateful and thank you for your partnership and that trust that you bestow upon him as upon us, that we try to develop and nurture their curiosity, creativity, and potential for being a future leader for this country. So thank you again for your involvement and encouragement and supporting us. Without you, we cannot accomplish this task.
Thanks, Amir. We do take this very seriously. So we do work all year round on this program. So it's not something that we just come up with over a couple of days. So, and every year there's lots of improvements, and there are a lot of improvements this year. And for those who didn't see our friend who comes to visit us, here he is. You will see him in a lot of formats throughout the weekend. Okay, Clara, you can't wait to hear it from you. Now you're going into high school, so it's a whole new part of your journey. So we're anxious to hear what you thought about before you went to STEM A last year.
Yeah, thank you for introducing me. Before I attended STEM YEA, I was definitely apprehensive about not knowing any of the other campers and being away from home for the first time for me. However, I quickly made friends with fun, like-minded people that I still keep in touch with, one of which is Addison, which Mrs. Carr mentioned. And I also learned so much through exposure to different thoughtfully planned interactive activities. During your time at STEM YEA, if it's consistent with last year, which I think it is, you'll be separated into groups of 15-ish students that you'll spend the vast majority of your day with, which makes the camp feel a lot smaller and you really become close with those people. But you'll also have the people in your suite that you'll get to know really well as well, especially your roommate. In addition, all of the STEM sessions and evening lectures are super fun and hands-on. I especially enjoyed like the evening entertainment. Last year, at least, we had some Kutztown professors that we got to work with, which I think they're expanding this year. And we also got to hear presentations from people that work at a space museum and Engineering Without Borders, which were really cool things to learn about. You'll definitely be kept busy throughout the academy. I thoroughly enjoyed my experience at STEM YEA. It'll definitely be 4 days I'll never forget, and I'm sure you all will love it too.
Thank you, Clara. Anybody have any questions for Clara? You can always put them in the chat and I can relay them to her. So Clara talked about Addison. Addison was one of our students last year that I think was in Clara's group. And she wasn't able to be with us tonight because she's practicing for a national dance competition. So she did have to leave us for an hour last year just to do the same thing. She's very competitive and she's a great dancer. So anyhow, here's what Addison sent me today. Going into the summer before 8th grade, the thought of spending nights away from home at STEM YEA, where I didn't know anyone, made me so nervous. But looking back, it completely became one of the absolute highlights of my summer. From day one, the learning sessions were so well organized and engaging that the days flew by before I even had time to feel homesick. Not only did I learn so much cool STEM stuff, but I also made several amazing new friends who made the whole experience unforgettable. And I still keep in contact with them today. By the end of the program, all my nerves were gone, and I was just so excited and proud to present our final project to the parents. I'm so glad I stepped out of my comfort zone for this. So that was Addison's response when we asked her, how did you feel about going into STEM YEA? And we will be there with you. You will have not only the volunteers, the Rotary volunteers, but you will also have interns who are closer to your age. So they'll be there assisting you as well. And our interns this year are all students who also attended our leadership camp. So these will be students who share our values of Rotary. So you will really enjoy being with them as well. And they bring you snacks at night. So you'll grow to love your interns. In fact, Clara, Jimmy's coming back this year and also Tessa. So those are two of our favorite interns. So you'll see them along with some new ones. So I'm just looking to see if Holly, are you on?
Hello there. How
Oh,
are you?
there she is. There's Holly. And who's with you?
Hi.
So what did you think before you went to STEMIA?
I was really nervous, but I feel like it definitely helped me grow as a person. I felt really safe there also. But like it was a whole new experience, and I mean it's kind of hard to remember every little bit because it was a while ago, but
Holly went to our first STEMIA, which was at Albright College. And now, because we're at Kutztown, we have some additional facilities such as labs and a planetarium. And Holly always also just attended our leadership camp. So now next year, she's eligible to be an intern at STEMIA. And Holly attended last 2 weeks ago. We had a group of STEMIA students who came to Lehigh University to work in the Shishadre lab and develop some wearable technology. So there is a lot of follow-on to STEMIA. So, and also Amelia, Kylie's sister, attended 2 years later. And Holly is now one of our advisors for the Interact Club. So she's expanded her reach too. So parents, don't be afraid because we have plenty of opportunities for you as well.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Lots of great opportunities. Very thankful for everything that they're doing for my two girls and for all of your children. I wish they had this stuff when we were little, but they didn't. And now we have a group of people that are willing to do many different things for our children, and I think it's awesome.
So any questions for Kylie or Holly? Holly's now the advisor for our high school Interact group. So she gets to be with a wonderful group of students, and twice a month they meet. One time they pack snack packs for kids who may not have food on the weekend. So they do service projects as well as having fun. So thank you. How was the college visit today?
it was fun.
It was fun. Good. There'll be more. There'll be more. Okay. So now I'd like to introduce Tony, our Camp Academy Director, and he's going to tell you just a little bit about expectations for the day.
Well, some people have alluded to this already, but what will happen is you're going to be assigned to a group, and it's very important to stay with your color group. And the reason for that is just to make sure that we know where everyone is and we can make sure that everyone is safe. As Gwen mentioned, the safety piece is really important to each and every one of us. So you'll start the day. We'll assemble in the morning at a specified location, and you'll be with your group. You're going to have a name tag and a lanyard that will want you to wear at all times, so we know what group you belong to. So what you can do for me and for everyone else who's there to staff STEMIA is to make sure that you stay with your group. That's really important. And you're going to have a volunteer leader in your group that will guide you as to where you need to be, whether it's the cafeteria or the classroom building or whatever activity is going on. And you're going to be with your group. We will have learning sessions that either focus on a classroom with one of our 5 certified teachers that lead these sessions. And we use a specific curriculum related to, what life is like on Mars, sponsored by SETI. It's a NASA-based curriculum. And you'll have sessions that you'll rotate through that will be taught by these teachers. There are also volunteer Rotarians that will be there to assist as well. So you'll either have those learning sessions or you'll have some group sessions where you're working on creating a habitat. So those group sessions are very interactive. All of the lessons are interactive to a degree. I think the students often come out of our session or our STEMIA program and saying that they really like the group sessions because they get a chance to work together and they're actually creating something. So there's an element of collaboration as well as an element of creativity. At night, of course, we have different speakers, as people have talked about, that they offer different sessions that are often very popular. Overall, I think what you're going to like the most, and the students usually say this at the end, is this opportunity to make new friends. They start out feeling, oh my gosh, am I going to be lonely? Am I going to not have anyone to work with? And they come out of it saying that was the ultimate best part. You know, of course, they learned, but they also learned about making new friends and connecting with people that they would not have encountered unless they came to STEM Yay. So I don't think that many people come out of it saying they don't like it. In fact, what they always say, like this was a kind of, for that time in their life, it was a life-changing experience, not only for what they learned, but also for new relationships that they've established.
Usually what they say is they want it to be longer.
Yep.
So we did make it longer. Now it's 4 days instead of 3.5. So thanks, Tony. Tony will always be there, making sure that the teachers are on the right page and that all the activities have everything they need. We have a room where there's all the materials. You'll be doing some dumpster diving for some recyclable stuff that you'll use. So there's always a lot of stuff that you're going to be putting together and really making something unusual, in addition to the rovers and the landers that you'll be making. So now I'm going to talk about some facts like logistics. So you're going to arrive on Thursday, July the 9th between 8:45 and 9:30, and registration takes place at University Place. That's the dorm we're using this year. And you're going to park in lot C3, and there'll be people in the parking lot to direct you to the dorm. And this lot is past the water tower. Please wear sneakers. We don't want you to have open-toed shoes. You're going to be in a lab, so you really will need sneakers. For safety reasons, flip-flops, open-toed shoes, sandals are not permitted in the labs. And you should bring a water bottle. You can bring snacks, but no drinks. You will get a STEM Yay backpack. Okay, so you will also have, in addition to the backpack, there'll be a lot of stuff in the backpack, including a shirt, lab manuals, a STEM Yay journal, pens, all the things that you need. And you won't have any need. We have, as I said, a materials room full of pencils and paint and everything that you would want in order to complete your mission, which is to develop your model of your habitat, which would be on Mars. You will have 2 lanyards. I have the 2 lanyards on me. This one, the Kutztown one, is the one that gets you in and out of the building and also gets you into the dining hall. That's an important one. This one has your name. It has a colored ribbon. So there's 4 different groups, and it'll have the name of your Rotary Club. So those are the 2 things you should always have with you. So when you get to registration, I'm going to be giving you a page. You can't really see it now, but it has your name on it. It has the name of your color group. It has the name of your Rotary Club that's sponsoring you. And it has about 10 different steps that you and your parents will walk through. For example, you're going to go to KU security to get your lanyard and your key and your room number. You're going to check in with Nurse Sue to get your name badge. You're going to check in with Dr. Tony. He has something that he wants to talk to you about. You're going to get a t-shirt. You're going to get your backpack. So you're going to get all those things. It's all on this sheet. And you and your parent or guardian will just work through this. You'll have everything there that you need as far as check-in. Parents, you will get a sheet like this in the backpack. It's a blue sheet or a green sheet. And this has directions for you as to what to do when you come back on Sunday afternoon. So everything is described here, where the science fair is, what time you need to come back, everything that you would need to know. And it also has my phone number on it. So you can take a picture of that, but you'll take that blue page home with you so that you'll have all the information that you need. Now, a lot of times people ask me, well, what are you doing from 8 o'clock in the morning till 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night? Well, you can see the schedule. So if you go to the STEM Yay parents page, about halfway down, there is a schedule. It's a 9-page schedule.
There's a link to the schedule.
There's a link to the schedule, pardon me. So there's all the information, what time we walk across campus, what time we go to eat, it has everything on there. So you will always know what your student is doing. So you can look at that. So at check-in, the Rotarians will register you and provide you a lot of information. Dr. Mike is always there at the bottom of the steps because our dorm halls are up above. They're on the 2nd and 3rd floor. He's always right there at the bottom of the steps to guide you, to tell you he's there for you. So you'll meet Dr. Mike there. So as I said, you'll get that checklist, and each step on that checklist is important. One of the things that we also do, Gary and his team take a photo of each student when they come in. So we have that photo of the student as well. And those photos are really important for us. As you complete the checklist, you're going to go up to your dorm room. You're going to change into your STEM YEA t-shirt, and then you're going to go downstairs to the grassy area where we have our signs for each group. So you're going to go downstairs by 10:30. So it's a quick turnaround. By the time you get there, you check in, you get everything you need, and then you come downstairs to the grassy area. As I said before, you can bring snacks, but no drinks. Okay. Somebody always ends up bringing a drink, and I have to send that home. And we will distribute snacks, snacks every evening. We have a lot of snacks this year. On Sunday, parents, guardians, whoever is assisting you, students, you'll return at 2:10 on Sunday to meet the students and come to the celebration dinner. We limit the total to 5 for the dinner, and you should have received a link to register for that. So, Darlene, is it important for them to register?
Yes, can I add something? I
Sure.
have been noticing that a lot of people have been adding just one ticket, and we need to have your student registered with you as well. So if you only registered one person and 2 people are coming, can you go back in and register your student?
And it is important for Darlene and her team to know how many students and parents and siblings will be there, because we want to have the right amount of setup for you. We want to have a seat for you. We want to have everything that you need at the celebration dinner. Anything else, Darlene? No, and
No, thanks.
it's a good menu. We always make sure that we have something that everybody can choose. So you must register by this Wednesday so that we can get the count to Kutztown. We want to make sure that we provide them plenty of information so that they can have everything that we need. So you register for the dinner. When you come over to the dining hall at 4 o'clock, you will see the science fair. So you will see the students' presentations from 2:10 until 4 o'clock. What do? Well, you have a choice. We do have campus tours set up. So Gary's going to talk about the campus tours.
Can we do that now?
Mhm.
Okay, so Kutztown University is going to offer campus tours for us again this year. And they start at 2:45 and run until 4 o'clock. And the tours themselves take about 20 minutes, give you an idea how much time, what the time frame is, and we'll explain to you where you go to start the tour. We spoke to the dean of the Kutztown University Foundation some time ago, and he had a lot of questions about our STEM YEA students. He was quite interested in them. And we gave him a lot of information about the students, the kind of students they are, the age they are, the qualifications. And at the end of our discussion, he said, those are exactly the demographics we're looking for in terms of scholarships for Kutztown University. So we would certainly encourage you to take the tour and see what the university's like. You can certainly find out from their website all the kinds of programs they offer. And keep in mind that they might be quite interested in talking to you with regard to a scholarship. This is in addition to the STEM YEA scholarship, which Mike is working on right now. In addition to that, there's also a professor from Lehigh University who's going to speak at the celebration dinner, and he's going to talk a little bit about the opportunities for scholarships at Lehigh University. So you'll be exposed to that as well. I think that's everything.
Okay. So a number of people are asking questions in the chat about the celebration dinner. I will resend the link. So if you did not receive it, I sent it out last Thursday or Friday. I forget which day.
We'll send it again.
I will resend it. It is a long afternoon. So people are asking, like, is my 4-year-old, my 3-year-old, should they come? You're going to pick up your student around 2:10. It's going to be a time before you have the dinner, which was not till 5 o'clock. I mean, you can certainly walk around campus. You can go across the street to Rita's. This is a time for you to reconnect with your student. But the dinner's not going to be over till 7. By the time we have the dinner, by the time each student receives their award, each student will be on the stage having their picture taken, and they will receive an award. So it's a long afternoon if you have younger children. Certainly, it's up to you as to whether you bring them, but it is a long afternoon. I just want you to be aware of that. We don't have a lot of speeches. We will have a talk by Laurie McMillan, who's the dean of the School of Arts and Sciences at Kutztown University. And she'll be talking about how her journey went, how she got to go to college and what happened as a result of that. It's a pretty interesting story. And, we'll have a few, as I said, each student will be up there getting their award. We also have a couple of teams of students who present. So like Clara and Addison, they were presenters last year. They talked to the entire audience about their project and what was their thinking when they were developing their project. So certainly up to you as to whether or not you bring younger students, but it is a long afternoon. Okay. So if you want to register for a campus tour, you can let me know. And I'll be sending out a reminder shortly before we have the academy, because we want to make sure that we have the right number of assistants,
Tour guides.
to take you around on the campus. So, okay, so 4 o'clock, the science fair begins on the second floor of the South Dining Hall, and your students will guide you there. All students will present the models they've developed during the project building sessions and invited to the dinner right afterwards. And as we said, the dinner concludes about 7 o'clock. So again, if you need to contact your student during the day, they will not have their phone from 8 a.m. till about 9:30 at night. You can always contact me. I will get you to your student. And it helps students if you have your name tag, so I know who you are, and also your color group, because then I can identify you pretty easily. So really important to keep those lanyards with you. We also ask that you wear your STEMYA t-shirt the first day, because we take a class photo, and you will be receiving that class photo at the celebration dinner. You don't need to wear the STEMYA t-shirt every day. It's up to you. But make sure that you have enough clothing, because it's always hot. So you want to make sure that you change into something else at the end of the day. It's a hot, it's always hot. We can't do anything about it. The dorms are air conditioned, but it's always hot. So my phone number again is on that blue sheet. It's also on the check-in sheet. So I'm just going to go over what you should bring, and then I'm going to ask Dr. Mike to talk about the scholarship program. So we talked about substantial shoes, a sleeping bag or bed linens, a pillow, a pillowcase. We do not provide any linens. Also, we don't provide tissues. If you want tissues, you're going to have to bring them. We provide toilet paper. We will provide a hygiene kit with soap and a few other things in it. If you have a special soap that you want to use, bring that. Don't forget your toothbrush and your toothpaste, and probably a cup. We talked about there's no laundry facilities, so you will need a change of clothing. A light jacket or a sweater in case there's rain. And again, the phones will be kept in the dorm room until the evening, when we make sure that you have time to call your parents or whoever's sponsoring you. So let's see, most of the questions have to do with the celebration dinner link. So I will be resending that, as well as the link to this Zoom video, in case you want to watch it again. Let's see if there's any other questions here.
Gwen, may I add something, please?
Of course.
I know there was a lot of discussion about wearing sneakers, and there is a lot of walking. I mean, we walk the entire campus several times a day. So make sure you're bringing a couple pairs of sneakers, perhaps. Make sure they're really comfortable, because some students just say, oh, I wish we wouldn't have to walk so much. But we do walk a lot. So it's hot. You want really comfortable shoes, because we're going to be walking sometimes, slight upgrade, and it's a lot of walking. So just be prepared for that.
There's not a lot of sitting around.
No.
Even when you're doing the activities, a lot of the activities are you're up, you're moving around. There's also time for you to do some soccer, some other outdoor activities. So I would bring sunscreen. Yes, there's about 40 minutes each day when we're outside playing, with soccer balls. We have a lot of different activities. Cornhole, we have a couple different things that we do outside. You can leave your child as soon as you feel comfortable. So I'd like you to wait until they finish the check-in sheet, and that would mean that you accompany them to their dorm room. If you don't have time, if you have to go to work, we can have a volunteer go with your student to their dorm room to make sure that they're properly checked in. So up to you, but you'll definitely leave after you bring your child downstairs to the grassy area where they will line up with their STEMYA t-shirt, with their backpack, with their 2 lanyards. And that's where you'll see the signs. It'll say red, yellow, green, blue. So, and you'll see your Rotary volunteer lead. So they will have the same color ribbon, and they will have their name on it. So you'll learn their name pretty quickly, and you'll learn to look for them in the cafeteria and at other times. The group presentations, that's an interesting question. The teachers decide about which teams present. All parents and all people who come to the celebration dinner will get to see every model. That'll be in the back of the dining hall. But there will be a couple of teams that the teachers select that will be up on the stage talking about their adventure. And there's typically about 250 people at this dinner. So we do practice with them to make sure that they know how to use the mic and how to talk, about their particular projects,
Question mark.
about the snacks.
Food choices.
The food choices in the Kutztown Dining Hall are varied. I mean, they accommodate whether you're gluten-free, any kind of other possibilities. They're very good. Remember, they're serving students all year long. And in the summer, they have so many athletic camps that are there. They have a wonderful variety of foods, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the students will have choices. I'm sure you'll talk with them in advance about the choices. The lunchtime is pretty quick. It's about 40 minutes. As Dr. Tony said, we do walk across, 15 minutes to walk across, 15 minutes to walk back. So we move pretty quickly. So Clara, I'll ask you, what about the food choices?
They were pretty good. I would say, I mean, it's like what you would expect to have at a dining hall in the summer at a college.
Right. I mean, you're not going to a fancy restaurant. You're going to have pretty normal kinds of choices. We won't be going off campus at all. We stay on campus the entire time. And we do cross at the light. There is, as I said, we're on the north side. The dining hall is on the south side as well as the dorms. So there's no opportunity to go off the campus until your student is back with you when you come to pick them up.
And there are crossing guards.
There are usually crossing guards there, yes. So we're very careful of that. And your individual red, yellow, green, blue groups, we will have numerous volunteers to work with you to walk the kids back and forth, because that's one of the main jobs of the volunteers, is to walk the kids back and forth, make sure that they get to the restroom safely. We don't allow anybody to go off by themselves. That's part of our Rotarian code of conduct for our students. So Darlene's pretty strict about that. We make sure that we're always with the students. They're never alone. And there won't be college students with them at any time. So it's just us. Yes, we wake them up in the morning. Don't worry. No, you don't need to bring money, because the student store is usually closed. Yeah, we wake them up. The hall monitors wake them up. That's at 7 o'clock. So. Dr. Mike, anything else I forgot?
I think you covered just about everything, I believe.
Okay, before we talk about scholarships, somebody's asking, are they grouped by the Rotary Club? We mix them up. We want them to get to know a lot of different people, a lot of different clubs. We have 25 clubs in our district that are participating. So if you want a hairdryer, that's another question. Yes, bring the hairdryer. Yeah, they're loud when they wake the kids up. Don't worry, we get them up. Somebody's asking about the dorms too. We are sleeping in suites. So the suite has 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So each bedroom has 2 students in it. So the suite will have a total of 8. We have a male floor and a female floor. So the volunteers who are staying overnight, the male volunteers stay on the male floor. The female volunteers who are staying with the students on the female floor stay on the female floor.
That's awake all night in the
Yeah.
hallway, not sleeping on that floor, but they are
They are
awake in the hallway all night long. So there's never a time when anybody could get away or whatever.
Yeah, we'll get you up. Don't worry, Cheyenne. Okay. Now, Dr. Mike.
Yeah. You'd like me to talk about the scholarship program?
Yes.
The scholarship program was started around 3 years ago or so. The original focus of this academy was to stimulate kids to think about a STEM career who might otherwise not have considered it. They may have had certain barriers in their way, whether it be financial or social or whatever. So the thoughts were that, we can stimulate these kids to think about a STEM career, but the reality is college can be expensive. So to help defray those costs, we have developed the STEM scholarship program. And an award will be made at the celebration dinner starting next year, which is when our first academy class graduates high school going to college. An award will be made based on both financial need as well as academic performance in the high school STEM courses. And also because this is a Rotary project, we'll be looking at community or school service. So just something for you to think about as you go through high school. You will be getting details on how to apply and details on qualifications in the fall of your senior year.
So a couple questions have popped up in addition to Dr. Mike's discussion about the scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that parents really value about this is the kids learn they have to brush their teeth themselves. Nobody reminds them, okay? They have to figure out when they're going to take the shower, morning or night.
Or both.
And again, you're going to have to work with the others in your suite because there's only so many showers, only so many sinks. So this is one of the things that the moms usually talk to me about afterwards. Now my student is much more independent. They've learned, not to rely on me to tell them go brush your teeth. Same thing with the showers and the hair and all the other things. So in the female dorms, ladies, you need to figure out who's going first, who's getting their shower first, who's using the hair dryer, all that good stuff. You do not get to choose your roommate. Okay, the roommates are assigned. Sheets, it's extra long twin. So yes, it's extra long twin. Okay. The scholarship is not for any particular school. It's just if you're going into a STEM career. We talked briefly at the beginning too. I don't think everybody was on, but this is just the beginning of your Rotary journey. STEMYA is the program for our youngest students. After this, you can join a high school Rotary club, which is called Interact. We saw Holly earlier. She's the advisor for the Northwestern Lehigh Interact Club. You can be in a speech contest. We have a code of conduct that we live by called the 4-way test. So we have a speech contest for that. We have a leadership camp. So Kylie, you saw her on with Holly. She just went to the leadership camp. And that's when you're a junior going into your senior year. And that's a wonderful, exciting adventure. Male and female can go to that. They had about 100 students last weekend at that. And those students can go on and become interns at STEMYA. So there's also the Rotary exchange programs. So you can do a short-term exchange, maybe just a summer, or you can do a year-long exchange. So those are all the different Rotary programs. Darlene, are there any I forgot?
No, you hit them all.
Okay, and Darlene,
Rotaract in college.
Rotaract in college, yes.
Mhm.
And Darlene will be doing a night of Rotary bingo where you learn about all these programs. And I also have some flyers to give to you parents about it too. So no dress
Thank you,
code.
Gwen.
No dress code. We're not worried about, just make sure you're covered. That's all I'll say. And we talked about the sneakers. There is a lot of walking. Tony, anything else?
Not really, not really. I think that, it's going to be a great experience, and you're going to remember it in a very positive way. I'm sure of that.
Clara, do you have any suggestions for any of our students for this year?
No?
Somebody's asking about snacks. They're going to bring their own snacks. No, there's no limit on certain ingredients. No, it's whatever your student tolerates. So certainly we want them to be well throughout the 4 days, but we will have Nurse Sue there. So if there's any questions, she'll always. Oh, there she is.
Oh, good.
Speaking of, well, yes, I'm sorry I was late to the party. I have some things going on here at my house. But yeah, just briefly, my name is Sue Height. I've been associated with this STEM YEA camp since its first year. I have been the nurse. I have 23 years experience being a camp nurse. As I worked the Rotary leadership camp called Camp Nighting, which was last week. I worked that camp as well. So in real life, I'm a nurse practitioner, family nurse practitioner, and acute care gerontologic nurse practitioner. I work at UPMC for the Heart and Vascular Institute, rounding on patients. I have a history of being a paramedic as well, and I'm a mom. So I have, I think, all the qualifications for this camp. I not only provide general health care, patching up boo-boos, taking care of stomach aches and homesickness, pretty much anything and everything that could go on. I also serve as the lost and found. And I'm also the connection. If your child is ill, I'll be the one to call you and let you know what the status is and if there's any changes. I do supply those things that people forget, like towels and toothbrushes and toothpaste. I probably will have a hair dryer that people can borrow as well. And I am centrally located in the dormitories with the students the entire weekend. When they're in the dorms, I'm in the dorms. When they're across at their courses, they're building, their skill building and such, I am with them with my supplies as well. I bring my own supplies. I do give them over-the-counter meds as appropriate. And if they're taking medications, I will administer medications with the exception of EpiPens. I would like the students to have them on them in case they're across town and they get stung by a bee. I want it to be where the student is who needs it. But other than that, I can't administer their medications if they have medications.
And
And I'm
you
free
will
for
meet
any
Sue.
questions.
You will
Yes.
meet Sue at check-in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sue, if I can
Yes.
say something. Sue, you
Sure.
also, will you be bringing your golf cart?
I most certainly will.
Okay, because there was a message in the chat that there was a young person that needed, to some assistance getting across campus.
Sure, I can certainly, I have a golf cart. It is electric and there are seat belts and it is insured.
Perfect. Thanks, Sue.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sophia, does that answer your question?
there are
And do we have an elevator?
We do not have an elevator. There are steps to go to the female floor, which is on the first floor. You'll be coming up from the ground floor to the first floor. So you will need to walk up the steps. So let me know if that's not going to work for you, but we do not have an elevator in that building. But Sue is always available with her golf cart. So, Amir, anything else we should add?
No, I think we covered everything. So we're just looking forward to have you guys. Hopefully the information that provided to you tonight with the team members have put your mind at ease that everything is under control and your kids will be safe and would have an enjoyable a memory from this camp.
I'm organizing my bags. Separate place. I'm trying to get. Oh, that's okay. What you gotta do? You can help me with that one. That was getting on my nerves. There you go.
Okay, somebody's not muted. But anyhow, if there are any other questions, you can always contact me. I will be sending out the link to this video, the recorded video, as well as the celebration dinner. Again, you need to register for the dinner by Wednesday. As Darlene asked, you do need to register, and your entire family. I see it. Okay, so somebody's asking about no drinks are allowed. Yes, you need water bottles. Yes, that's in the instructions. You do need a water bottle. So, and there are places to fill up the water bottle. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So we'll look forward to seeing all of you very early on July the 9th, and we will be ready for you.